Now at 9, medical examiners in Ottawa County identify human remains linked to a 6-year-old cold case.
There's a new federal grant aimed to help teacher shortage in our area. I'm Lonnie Walton in Joplin. I'll have that story coming up.
And after a display of sportsmanship targeted towards one student, we find out what makes this freshman basketball player so special.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Medical examiners identify human remains discovered last week in northeast Oklahoma. This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. Last Friday, the Quapaw Nation Marshal Service responded to a call regarding the discovery of human remains found in rural Ottawa County, just north of Commerce, Oklahoma. Medical examiners searched the area and collected the remains for possible identification. And today, the Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office has confirmed the identity of the remains to be those of Aubrey Austin Dameron, an enrolled member of the Cherokee Nation. Dameron was last seen during the early morning hours on March 9th of 2019 as she was leaving her mother's home in the Grove area with plans to meet someone. She was 25 years old at the time. Aubrey's missing person case has stretched on for 6 years. In November of 2019, cadaver dogs got a hit at a pond in nearby Shed in Delaware County, leading to an extensive search that came up empty. Opal Foods in Neosho is dealing with a bird flu outbreak. Prairie View Regional Waste Landfill in Lamar has confirmed it will be handling the disposal of the birds and following safety precautions. In a statement, the company says in part, "Our landfill team is following all Center for Disease Control guidelines, including immediately burying and covering the waste and disinfecting vehicles and landfill equipment after the material is unloaded." They say employees will be equipped with gloves, boots, coveralls, and goggles as they handle the disposal. Authorities respond to a single vehicle crash this morning in Joplin. The crash happened around 8 a.m. near 15th and Campbell Parkway. Police say the car left the road going sideways and slammed into a large storm drain access before it overturned. EMS checked out the driver, who was uninjured. The Public Works Department had to bring a backhoe into the site to place the nearly 3,500-pound cover back on the storm drain access. The Southwest Center of Educational Excellence in Webb City has received a $4.3 million grant to combat teacher shortages in Missouri. According to the U.S. Department of Education, the rate at which teachers are leaving their positions is above the national average. KOAM's Lonnie Walton talks to a local teacher about the opportunity.
I was a special education teacher for several years.
Whitney Cummings is a 5th grade teacher at Jefferson Elementary School in Joplin. Although she started out as a special education teacher, she says she was ready for something new.
I've always been in special education, and so this broadens what I'm able to do, and it gave me a little bit of break from writing IEPs and tons of paperwork for a year.
Cummings currently holds a master's degree in her field, one she's earned with the help of a multi-million-dollar grant. Melissa Massey from the Southwest Center of Educational Excellence says it's called the Teachers Quality Partnership Program.
And that is a federally funded program through our Department of Education that allows us to certify teachers.
Though Cummings was already a teacher, Massey says this means nothing. Anyone currently holding a 4-year degree is welcome.
If you have a bachelor's degree that is not in education and have always wanted to be a teacher, we can put you in our program and you can be a teacher.
Whitney's principal says although she may be new, she has veteran experience.
Her ability to fit in at the 5th grade level has been truly amazing, and so the quality of Whitney coming from the program in, I couldn't ask for better.
Cummings says this program served her well.
Not have gone through a master's program without that. I never would have been able to. I couldn't have afforded it.
Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
And Massey says the classes are all online and it takes about 2 years to complete. She also says the teachers usually stay in local school districts. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, of course, a dreary, drizzly, foggy day once again for us today, but temperatures right where they should be for this time of the year. 47 for a high, 36 is where we started. Average high is 47, a record of 69 on this date. Of course, we still have the drizzle, we still have the fog out there right now. A range of 39 in Pittsburgh, 44 is where we stand in Joplin. Some areas the fog is pretty thick, under a quarter of a mile or so, and it's going to be kind of moving in and out as we go through the overnight hours, but especially after midnight, the fog really builds in, so visibility is dropping under a quarter of a mile for a good chunk of us, but this will slowly start to burn off as we get into the morning hours. Quite a spread, 54 in Cassville, 36 in Yates Center. Temperatures are going to stay chilly tonight, but fairly steady. And the big question is, how long will the fog and the drizzle stick around? We'll look at that here in a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. In the heat of the high school basketball season, many teams are fighting to be the top of their league. But Anthony Saviello brings us the story of a team in Oklahoma focused more on having fun on the court and the student who is leading the charge.
In the heart of Delaware County lies Oaks, Oklahoma, home of the Warriors. On the basketball court, there's one Warrior in particular who stands out above the rest.
Eugene's attentiveness to everything you tell him is top notch. He wants to be first. He wants to be there on time. He wants to get out there and lead by example and do the right things.
Eugene Zool, better known as Splash, is a freshman determined to do his best on and off the court without losing his smile.
He's always happy. He just brings everybody joy on the team. He's just a fun guy to be around.
Zool gets his nickname because of shots like this. Afterwards gaining some popularity from other students.
They want to take selfies with me.
According to Coach, despite their challenges, this Oaks Mission team is resilient.
They're still engaged in that. You know, it's not about how many times you get hit and knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up, and these kids prove that. You know, they get up and come back every day.
Teammates say Eugene is the one leading the way.
When we're having a bad game, he'll always be there and making everybody laugh and just having a good time. No matter what mood we're in, we'll always be happy when we're around him.
And he's doing it with some of the nicest shoes on the court.
You got to tell me about the Jordans, because I love those Jordans, dude. Tell me about it. How'd you get them?
I had one of the teachers named Miss Erica. She gave them to me. Yeah.
In Oaks, Oklahoma, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Well, Eugene will not only be playing again this Friday, he will also be a part of the homecoming court. And be sure to watch KOAM News this Friday when we catch back up with him. Well, coming up, a proposal for the Gaza Strip.
President Trump raising eyebrows with his proposal for the Gaza Strip. I'm Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. I've got the details coming up.
But up first, pharmacies in Kansas are closed today as workers meet with state lawmakers.
To start our Thursday, some clearing and maybe a bit warmer. The latest at 7.
More than 100 pharmacies across Kansas were closed today as workers met with state lawmakers in Topeka. They hope to bring light to their concerns regarding pharmacy benefit managers, better known as PBMs. KOAM's Samantha Walker joins us in studio with the details.
PBMs are third-party administrators for health insurers' prescription programs. They're supposed to help negotiate for better drug prices and help determine rebates for pharmacies. But locally owned pharmacies say now major PBM companies have their own pharmacies and insurance companies and are driving their business away. It's what inspired Kansas pharmacies to close their doors for the day to meet with lawmakers.
Unfortunately, the money is being pulled out of our community, and it's going to states like New Jersey, Arizona. It's not even within the state of Kansas is where the support goes to. So we would like to see Kansans have good health care and Kansas businesses be healthy and safe.
Wolker Drugs in Baxter Springs is just one of the many pharmacies to close so their staff could meet with lawmakers in Topeka. Pharmacist Brian Caswell says he's hoping to see change. The Kansas Pharmacists Association is working to introduce a bill this year that will allow for pharmacies to have greater patient access. The proposed bill will allow patients to have a choice in what pharmacy they use and prevent some of the PBM practices hurting locally owned pharmacy business.
What I would like to see is more of a transparent pharmacy benefit package. In other words, let's take away the shadows where the PBMs operate within.
Caswell says the day at the Capitol was a successful one, advocating for PBM reform. He says the Pharmacists Association has support from the legislature. Caswell hopes this means we'll see change soon.
We just want to have a business that we can create for our community that allows healthcare access that's affordable and that we can actually operate within. That's all we're asking for.
PBM reform is something pharmacists across the 4 states are asking for. Each state has proposed regulations that would impact these PBMs if passed by lawmakers. In the studio, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Thanks, Samantha. And you can learn more about what concerns pharmacists have regarding pharmacy benefit managers on our website, koamnewsnow.com. Argentina announces it will withdraw from the World Health Organization. Argentina cited significant disagreements with the WHO during the COVID-19 pandemic and a lack of independence from political pressure in some states as reason for the decision. Argentina says it will not permit international organizations to interfere with its sovereignty in health matters, echoing the U.S.'s withdrawal from the agency last month. Well, Doug is next with a complete look at your forecast, and later, flights to Gitmo are underway.
Deportation flights of illegal immigrants are now heading to Guatemala and Guantanamo, while federal agents report they arrested 100 gang members in early morning raids. I'm Caroline Shively in Washington. I'll have that story coming up.
Take the plunge February 8th. Register today at SOKS.org.
This is the #1 selling floor plan here only at Wade's RV. You have to check this out in person.
Arts and Entertainment Complex, home of Connect to Culture and Spiva Center for the Arts.
Well, of course, it turned out to be a dreary Wednesday for us today. Drizzle, foggy, some light showers across the region. That is what we have out there right now. Nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. Of course, we are looking downtown Joplin. So it's going to be a foggy night. If you are going to be on the roadways, just be careful. Everybody, dense fog advisory across the entire 4-state area. Right now, visibility is kind of very thickest, looks to be right along and south of I-44, where it's under 1/10 or 2/10 of a mile. And this is going to be kind of shifting around all night long. So we are going to have those low visibilities. A lot of areas under 1/4 of a mile all the way into the morning hours. And then this fog will slowly kind of burn off as we go through the morning. 39 in Nevada, 52 in Anderson, 47 in Grove, 38 is where we stand in Chanute. Looking outside, here's 7th and Rangeline. You can see the drizzle, you can see the fog, 44 degrees, a relative humidity. It's at 93%, so it's up there. We have had a few light little showers kind of rotating through southwestern Missouri. The drizzle, very hard to pick up on the radar, but you can see some pockets pushing off toward the east, and this is what we're going to see as we go through the overnight hours. Next little weak wave will slide in late tomorrow, keeping the clouds around, giving us a little bit of drizzle as well. Let's go through time. So some light showers and drizzle. Again, here's 6 a.m. We have a cold front that is going to be shifting through. Temperatures hold fairly steady tonight. I think we'll go into the upper 40s, and then we'll start to drop a little bit as we go through the day. Still clouds and drizzle along and south of I-44 by noon. Then once we get into the afternoon, a little bit of sunshine, which will be nice, and that should let most of us warm up kind of 47, 46, 48 degrees in that kind of range. All right, as we go into tomorrow night, clouds increase again after midnight. Here comes the drizzle. So we get a break, and then we get more rolling in. So all day Friday, mid-40s, light showers or drizzle across the region. This sticks around Friday evening, Friday night, and then into Saturday morning. Then we'll get another little brief break, but it really stays kind of gloomy over the next couple days. All right, so another cold front shifts through late Saturday. Let's go to Super Bowl Sunday. A lot of clouds, mid-30s, but we shouldn't be dry. We have some rain trying to creep in, but right now it looks like it will mainly stay to our south. Then we're going to get some wintry weather chances trying to push in as we get into Monday. We'll get into that a little bit more in our second half hour. All right, upper 40s for us tomorrow. Again, drizzle, mainly during the morning hours. 46 Friday, 57 on Saturday, 41 on Sunday. Wintry mix Monday. Chances for snow showers Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, well, a little bit cooler temperatures than what we've been having, but it is February, like you said.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right, we'll take it. Right, well, tired of those ridiculously high credit card interest rates? The Trump administration said they wanted to change that, and it could be happening soon. Coming up, we look at a bipartisan bill to cap credit card interest rates at 10%.
Come hungry to the SEK Humane Society's Chili Dinner, Sunday, February 9th.
Greg Kelly, Vice President with Phoenix
Clothing, to dress to impress at MSSU's Hearns Hall.
New bipartisan bill is aimed at giving consumers a break when it comes to credit card interest rates, capping them at 10%. Fox Business Network's Jeff Locke has the details.
If you're headed out to the mall with your credit card, you might be cheered to hear that Republicans and Democrats have apparently found common ground on the subject of credit card interest rates. Senators Bernie Sanders and Josh Hawley co-sponsoring a bill that would cap credit card interest at 10%. Senator Sanders saying America is now being ripped off by credit card companies with interest rates so high that they amount to loan sharking and extortion. The conservative Josh Hawley from Missouri saying it's not just wrong to raise interest rates, it's exploitative of consumers. The current average interest rate on credit cards, 21.47%, although some suggest it could be even higher. This is a notion, the capping at 10%, that even President Trump supported on the campaign trail.
While working Americans catch up, we're going to put a temporary cap on credit card interest rates at 10%.
Credit card companies say the 10% cap would be, quote, unworkable. They say it would actually harm the consumers that the policymakers are trying to help by limiting the types of credit that tens of millions depend on. That said, others suggest that maybe limiting credit might not be a bad idea, since we had at last report $1.16 trillion on our credit cards in America. Not surprisingly, people with the credit cards in their pockets think a cap is a good idea.
It's really, really easy to get into a financial hole, and it's hard to get out of it, especially with the interest rates that are like crazy, like 29%. It should be illegal.
The interest rates on credit cards are outrageous, given that the banks are giving out no interest to people. So I think it's a great idea.
People do need their credit cards probably for bills, and things are going up, and they have to probably use that to get by. So at least a 10% is a start.
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says we paid over $100 billion in interest in 2022 on our credit cards. You know, President Trump takes a lot of pushback on some of his ideas these days, but here's one that it seems pretty much everyone, maybe except the financial institutions, can get behind.
Coming up next, students and teachers at Carl Junction Intermediate School were inspired by Andy Reid. Today, we take you to the fun.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great
service.
Students and teachers at the Carl Junction Intermediate School took inspiration from Andy Reid today as part of the Chiefs themed Spirit Week ahead of the Super Bowl. Students were encouraged to dress up as the infamous coach for Reid Wednesday. Teachers and students went all in, incorporating Reid's famous mustache, glasses, and catchphrases into their costumes.
I just decided, well, my mom told me it was Andy Reid or Red Carpet Day, and I chose Andy Reid, and she just grabbed my dad's coat, shoved a pillow inside, and drew on this mustache, and I have a hat on with my blue light glasses, and that's really how I came up.
Well, tomorrow's theme is Three-Peat Thursday, where students and staff will wear 3 pieces of the same color to encourage another Chiefs Super Bowl win. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports is coming your way. The Trump administration begins flying what it calls some of the worst illegal immigrants to a detention facility at Guantanamo Bay. Plus, reaction pours in after President Trump says he'd like to see all Palestinians in Gaza resettled to other regional countries.
President's Day Super Sale, only at Denver Mattress.
You're watching the 4 States' most watched news.
And this is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. Customs agents say they arrested dozens of Venezuelan gang members in Colorado today. This as the administration has begun flying what it calls some of the worst illegal immigrants to a detention facility under expansion at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Fox's Caroline Shively has the latest from Washington.
Federal agents served search warrants in and around Aurora, Colorado Wednesday. They report arresting more than 100 Venezuelan gang members as part of President Trump's plan to deport illegal immigrants and secure the border.
This is national security. When we secure the border, less people die from fentanyl, less women and children sex trafficked, less people on terrorist watch lists cross that border.
The first of potentially tens of thousands of migrants are being sent to the U.S. base on Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
If you're a violent gangbanger and you've been taken out of our country and we're waiting to bring you to your country, we're going to put you in a cell block built for Al-Qaeda.
The use of the base raises legal questions stemming from a 2008 Supreme Court ruling that finds anyone sent there has a right to a lawyer and a court date. Guantanamo is one of many parts of President Trump's deportation plan that has Democrats pushing back.
It's all about scaring and intimidating people. It's the same thing for Guantanamo Bay. Building a facility there is because it just sounds very frightening to a lot of folks.
In Guatemala, Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced a deal for the government there to accept flights from migrants from multiple countries who are deported by the U.S.
I think that's a very important step by the government and also by the private sector.
Also on Wednesday, a federal judge in Maryland issued a second temporary halt to the president's executive order seeking an end to birthright citizenship for babies with parents who are illegal immigrants. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Well, the investigation continues in Sweden for a motive behind Tuesday's deadly mass shooting at an adult education center. A dozen people were killed when a gunman opened fire at the school. Students crouched beneath desks while outside. Others ran for cover during the gunfire. The shooting in a small town west of Stockholm is now considered the worst in Swedish history. President Donald Trump says the U.S. should take control of Gaza and redevelop the region. Fox News chief foreign correspondent Trey Yingst is in Tel Aviv, Israel, with reactions to the president's suggestion.
The Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent.
President Trump's plans to, quote, take over Gaza and rebuild it have drawn swift condemnation from around the world. A senior Hamas official quickly rejected the idea, saying Palestinians in Gaza would be removed from their homeland. But in Washington, House Speaker Mike Johnson called the idea bold and decisive.
So it just makes sense to make the neighborhood there safer. I think that's logical. I think it follows common sense.
And now Texas Democrat Al Green said he plans to file articles of impeachment over the plan, saying ethnic cleansing in Gaza is no joke.
I rise to announce that I will bring articles of impeachment against the president for dastardly deeds proposed and dastardly deeds done.
The president was tight-lipped about his Gaza plans at the White House today.
Mr. President, can I ask about your Gaza? Can we ask about your Gaza proposal? A lot of people are talking about, obviously, got a lot of attention.
Everybody loves it, but this is just not the right time.
Trump says Palestinians could return to Gaza once the development is complete. He has not ruled out military intervention in order to implement his plans.
He did not rule out American troops in Gaza last night. Are you doing that now?
I am saying that the president has not committed to that just yet.
Jordanian King Abdullah will meet with President Trump next Tuesday at the White House. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Doug is next with a complete look at your forecast. And football's biggest night is also one of the top betting events of the year, with many Americans expected to place legal wagers on Super Bowl 59. Later in the show, American Gaming Association experts dive deep into all the action.
There's casinos, then there's High Winds Casino. Not too small, not too big, a place
by the Center for the Arts.
Well, of course, another kind of nasty, gloomy day outside. We've had the drizzle, the cooler temperatures, and the fog across the region. We still have that right now. Nice shot, though, of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. We are looking downtown Joplin. All right, dense fog advisory in effect. Everybody across the region throughout the overnight hours tonight. The fog is going to be fairly thick at times. We'll have visibilities down to a quarter of a mile or less. And that's what we're seeing, especially along and south of I-44 for us right now. But after midnight, gets even thicker. So if you don't have to be out, don't. If you do go out tonight into the morning hours, just drive carefully. Temperature is pretty good spread. 55 Bella Vista on the other end, 37 in Yates Center, but thankfully we are above freezing, which is good news. 44 in Joplin. Visibility right now is sitting at 1 mile. Had a few showers earlier, but mainly drizzle throughout the day. We're going to continue to see drizzle for us as we go through the overnight hours tonight. We keep getting these weak little waves. Another one is going to rotate in as we get into Friday, keeping around the clouds and also the drizzle. All right, let's go through time. Clouds stick around tonight. Light showers and drizzle pick up again late tonight into tomorrow morning. Through the morning, clouds, fog, and drizzle. But once we get to the afternoon, especially north of I-44, we get some sunshine, which is going to be nice to see. As we go into Thursday evening, clear skies and then clouds build right back in, and you can see the spotty showers and drizzle once again as we get into Friday morning, and then just cloudy skies, light showers and drizzle again on Friday. Very similar to what we had today and then also yesterday. We're just going to keep this trend going. We're going to go all the way into Saturday morning. Some scattered showers and again, a little bit of drizzle. Front drops through Saturday, so we cool down Saturday afternoon. Super Bowl Sunday, showers to our south. I really think most of us, just cloudy skies, but we'll keep our eyes on that. Next week starts to get a little interesting. We get a system in here where we should get a wintry mix late Monday. This is still 5 days away, and this is a weak system, so it could go poof very easily. However, we're going to watch it. Light wintry mix into Tuesday morning. This wave will push through late Tuesday into Wednesday. Secondary wave trying to work in, which again could give us snow. So we could get accumulating snow with a couple systems as we go through next week. That system is out of here, and then another system works in by next weekend, so it stays pretty active. 48 in the morning. Let's go with a high 49 degrees. 46 on Friday, 57 Saturday in the morning, and then 41 on Sunday, and then that wintry mix moving in for us next week.
All right, we'll be keeping our eye on that for sure. But
absolutely.
In the meantime, you know, gloomy weather can lead up to a big win on Super Bowl Sunday.
We're going to hope.
That's right. All right, thanks, Doug. Well, Crowder College brought the Southwest Skills USA welding competition to Joplin today. Nearly 40 students from technical schools in Southwest Missouri are competing on the high school side. Crowder College and Ozark Technical College competed on the post-secondary level. Judges say they're looking for a variety of criteria from competitors.
We're looking for one is going to be teamwork. The other is going to be comprehension and finding location and information on their blueprints. The other thing that we're looking for is going to be the completion of the project. Speed is part of it, but basically we're wanting a quality product that's being built to the specifications that are on the blueprint.
Over the next 2 weeks, and Joplin's, however, wraps up tomorrow. Coming up in sports, it's the first National Signing Day of 2025, and several of our local high schools have student athletes heading to the next level. We'll hear from them up next in sports.
Vote for your favorite businesses at KOAM News Now to community service.
Today is the initial signing date for incoming freshmen in college planning to play Division I or II football. Now, a ton of high school seniors from across the 4 states put pen to paper this afternoon for football and several other sports. We start at Lamar High School, where 3 Tigers signed letters of intent this morning. Grace Scoville signs with William Penn University to join their cheer team. Persay Sewell signs with Drury for stunt. That's one of the fastest growing female sports in the country. And Alex Wilkerson signs with Emporia State for football.
They're very close. It's like a family team. Like, they show like the connections there they have. Like, they were so close when I got to go meet them. Like, they all have great communications with each other.
They just had such a great atmosphere, and they were all close together, all best friends. They all could easily talk to each other, and it's just kind of the family I was looking for.
Atmosphere in their defense. They play a lot with 5 DBs, so I'll be in and out of the box sometimes, coming down, tackling, and just the historic part.
Meanwhile, over at Carthage High School, a couple of Tiger football players signed national letters of intent with Pittsburgh State. Gorillas pick up commitments from both tight end Carson Murray and defensive lineman Trevor Meadows, who are each excited to make an impact as soon as possible in Pittsburgh.
I see Pitt and I think championship football. I want to be a part of that, and they had a desire to come get me as a player, and that's what I really like. Very stressful, lots of schools were texted, and they just hit me with the biggest want.
I mean, it's nice, like, from the beginning, it's always like a thought, like, it'd be great to go play college ball with your buddy. But when I got the offer early and he didn't, so we were like, over the summer and over the football season, we were never sure. But then towards the end of the season, when he finally got the offer from it, it was great to know that there's about a 99% chance after we'd be going together.
Over at Joplin High School, how about this? 10 Eagle seniors signed this afternoon. Ayanna Kroll, Averis Kuhn-Wofford, Dominic Leisman, Cutler Schwarting, Davin Thomas, Fia Vogel, Brock Waghorn, Brennan Washington, Alex Witten, and Gwyn Zamanzadeh. They represent 9 different colleges and universities spanning across 5 different sports: basketball, baseball, golf, football, and track and field.
Going there and just saying I'm playing college ball somewhere, I mean, that's obviously the ultimate goal. I mean, it would be great to actually get on the field and play there, but if not, I mean, I would love to go be a coach somewhere. That's the ultimate goal with that. So
the thing that sold me to go to William Jewell was just the rebuilding. I feel like they got a new head coach there. I feel like he's really turning the program around, and that's what I want to be a part of.
I just want to continue to succeed and get better, and that's what it's all about, and just meet new people and make new friendships, and I'm just excited to see what's to come.
Yeah, I really like the sense of camaraderie in the team. I feel like I had a group of brothers already. It feels like no matter what, if I'm going through a rough patch of the season, if I'm up, I'll always have someone behind my back.
They're a winning program. They help people get to the next level. Great facilities, great coaches. This is really a family environment.
Over in Oklahoma, a couple of Miami High School seniors signed to play college football this afternoon. Sam Lillard will play quarterback at NEO, and Chris Kelly signs with Coffeyville Community College, where he'll play linebacker. Both of them are grateful to have been a War Dog and excited to get started at their new schools.
We went on visit, and I've been there multiple times, but it's a great place. And I had a few other kind of like verbal coaches talking to me, but no one was really interested. And then NEO came to my doorstep and they said, "Hey man, we want you to play for us here." So it was pretty cool.
I just like the culture that they bring there. I mean, whenever you go there, you know you're getting a chance to go D1, and you're getting a championship. I mean, and that's just the culture that they brought there and the culture they bred there. And I'm all for that.
The Chiefs and Eagles are both making final preparations for the Super Bowl. This afternoon, both teams hold practice. They released their injury report. Here's a look at the Chiefs' injury report, and it's a pretty short list, which you like to see at this point in the year. Everybody is a full participant except for wide receiver Sky Moore. That's it for sports. We're back after this.
The countdown to Super Bowl 59 is on, and as excitement builds, fans are hoping their luck is also on the rise, with sports betting continuing to surge in popularity ahead of Sunday's big game. Fox News' Gary Baumgarten takes a closer look at all the action.
Football's biggest night is also one of the top betting events of the year, with officials at the American Gaming Association expecting a record number of legal wagers on Super Bowl 59.
And that number for the game on Sunday is $1.39 billion.
Industry experts say the numbers could be even higher if they account for gambling between friends and family, like Super Bowl squares.
Look, that is a form of illegal gambling, but nobody's going to knock on your door and slap you on the wrist for doing that. Last year, we estimated that amount north of $20 billion when you include all types of wagers.
And there certainly won't be a lack of action to bet on. It's the second time the Kansas City Chiefs will face the Philadelphia Eagles during a Super Bowl. The Chiefs are also going for their third straight Super Bowl win.
I think Chiefs fatigue does not necessarily mean betting fatigue. You've got a really exciting matchup.
Sports betting is live and legal in 38 states, plus Washington, D.C.
Right now, today, 3 out of every 4 bets placed in this country are now legal bets.
Officials stress the importance of using legal operators and warn how to spot illegal prop bets.
Legal sportsbook operators only offer prop bets on things that happen on the field. Things that happen off the field, if you find yourself in an app and you're betting on something that's happening off the field, you're probably in an illegal setting.
Kickoff is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time this Sunday at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. You could catch all the action here on Fox. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
Right here on Fox. Up next, we preview this year's Puppy Bowl and the LA Rescue. Angel City Pit Bulls shares the work they're doing to help displace dogs from the Los Angeles wildfires. There are a couple of games to watch this Sunday, the Super Bowl on Fox and the Puppy Bowl. The original and longest running call to adoption television event features puppies looking for their forever homes. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
It is Puppy Bowl time, and so I am joined again by referee Dan Schachner, and we also have Elizabeth Kegley of Angel City Pit Bulls here again, which is one of the featured rescues this year. We also have our special guest. Tell me who we have here.
So you are holding Ruth, who is trying a little bit to make a run for it. And then we have Riley and Raya here.
The adoptable puppies joined us as we previewed the canine cuteness in store.
It's our biggest and best ever. We've got 142 dogs representing 80 different shelters across 40 states in this country and one other country, Nicaragua, so we're international this year. And the idea, of course, is to get as many dogs out there in the spotlight as possible so they can be adopted.
Angel City Pit Bulls has a couple players featured. It's an LA-based rescue, which right now has been doing work to help displace dogs due to the wildfires.
Our primary role at Angel City Pit Bulls in the wildfire response has been to partner to work alongside great organizations like Best Friends Animal Society and Paws for Life Canine to support LA Animal Services. And what that means is that we take in dogs from the municipal shelters who were there long before the wildfires, no adoption interest, and we take them in, give them a quick exam, maybe a spa day, put them in a short-term foster home, and then we are transporting a number of them to out-of-state animal welfare organizations, which actually opens them up to a new adoption pipeline.
Adoption is the name of the game Sunday.
We're proud to report that not only do we have 100% adoption rate at Puppy Bowl, but all the shelters we work with, like Angel City Pits, reports a little bit of an uptick in their adoption inquiries once they're featured on Puppy Bowl.
Touchdown! The Puppy Bowl airs February 9th, 2 p.m. Eastern on Animal Planet, Discovery, TBS, True TV, Max, and Discovery Plus. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Of course, that's 1 o'clock our time. And that's our time for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of animals at the Birmingham Zoo picking their Super Bowl winners. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.